All right, we're gonna start with lateral pull downs today. Work these lats. We're gonna go shoulder width apart with the grip. Remember, the hands are hooks. We're not gripping tight. You want pressure on those outside fingers, drive those elbows in, get a good squeeze, contraction in the lats. So one of the main things we want to focus here is that we're not letting the biceps take over too much. We want to try to relax that grip, drive the elbows, and let the lats take that weight. A little bit longer rest here, up that weight a little bit, tax a little bit more. A little toasty here.
I feel like I'm always cold until I start working out, and then I'm like, it's burning up here.
Man, shout out to Planet Fitness. We're starting to change the model up a little bit. The lunk alarm right over here. It's gonna be a thing of the past. I haven't heard that thing go off in months. I guess we could thank Sam Sulik for that one. He really started changing the landscape of what people think of Planet Fitness and it being a legitimate training facility. All right, set 3. Bit of momentum. Jay Cutler's one of my favorite bodybuilders. Not afraid to use a little bit of that momentum. Really focus on that mind-muscle connection though. Send it where we need it. So that's going to do it for the lat pull downs. Warm up here, on to the next. All right, so now we're going to work on some rack pulls. I want to stay about at the knee. Stand up tall. Working that back, that lower back. One of the tricks I use here at Planet Fitness to make it easier when counting my weight, these bars are only 20 pounds, so I'll throw an extra 12.5 on each side, giving me that 45-pound bar. So when I put 45 on each side, now I'm working with that 135 you'd be working with in a conventional gym. I don't go too heavy on my rack pulls because I do have some lower back issues. So I really try to focus, get a good squeeze, good contraction. So we're gonna rock those rack pulls. First set of 12, lighter weight, really just feeling it, making sure the back's good to go. We're gonna add a little bit from here. So sometimes I'll hit my rack pulls I'll replicate that movement on a seated row, wide grip bar, lean all the way forward, work that lower back. With that, you're not getting as much of that kind of compound full body with the back as well, with the arms hanging, but still, it's a workaround if you have back problems. I feel like the pump cover has done its job. All right. So, all right, this is a set of 8. I don't know that I'll go much heavier than this. We'll see how I feel with this 8. Right there. Yeah. Cool. A little bit longer to recover from that one. So, up that weight to 255. This final set of 8. Good. Lower back's feeling okay. Got the intro workout, BCAAs. Got some glycinate in there. I'll drink one of these through the workout. When I'm done, I'll have another one. Make sure the amino acids get replenished. Final set of 8 here. Good squeeze in the back. Work that lower back. Work right there. All right, so next we got T-bar rows, which are a little tricky at Planet Fitness because there's no T-bar rows here. So, see if we can find another workaround. When we think about that T-bar row, we're doing bent over. Again, with my lower back issues, I don't like doing things bent over. But you'd essentially pull in here. What I do here, I take some D handles, I drop my seat down, I bring it back, go a little lower with the seat. We want a high pull here. Good little workaround for T-bar rows. I have a couple different machines, tweaks that I use in here. This is the one I chose to use today. but I'll switch them up from week to week. The other gym that I go to, they have a T-bar row, chest supported. So this is a close replication of what you could get from that. And again, you'll notice, like I said, with the lateral pull downs over there, I'm not gripping with my hand. I'm thinking of my hand like a hook. My elbows are doing the work, not my hands. So I like to keep that grip loose, drive those elbows back, squeeze that back. It's also a good workaround for anybody with those lower back problems. Anything bent over, not chest supported, leaves your back hurting. This is a good alternate exercise right here. Stand up, get a little blood flow. Yeah, normally after those rack pulls, my lower back's screaming at me, making me kind of a little tight. And by the time I'm done with this 5 sets on the T-bar rows, normally that blood flows, feel a little bit better, so I'm ready to go. Back day, we work a little bit of back, and then at the end we'll throw in a little bit of arms, finish off that upper body pump. Feeling good today. This is day 1 of the routine. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a fresh day after a rest day, because this routine's kind of revolving. 4 days on, 1 day off. Start back at day 1. Well, 4 days on, 1 day off. 2 days back to the top. So there's 1 rest day a week. But it's a 6-day routine, so the 6th day after the rest day being back to day 1. So it kind of revolves. Monday's not always the same workout. Tuesday's not always the same workout. It kind of shifts as the weeks progress. One more set of 8 after this. 15, 12, 10, 8, 8 on these T-bar rows, working that progressive overload. Each set up it a little bit. It's not saying those beginning sets aren't warm-up sets, just deeper in the rep range. So I'm able, as I drop that rep range, I'm able to throw a little bit more weight. Work that progressive overload, working up to my heaviest weight in that final set. But that's not saying that they're all working sets. They're not warm-up sets. This set is just the culmination. Nice little trick, hitting them T-bar rows, or a variation of T-bar rows, right here at Planet Fitness on this hammer strength machine. One arm rows. It's my least favorite thing to do in the gym. Take an attachment. Next we're gonna go into one arm rows.
So I gotta ask, is it because you have the same social anxiety I do about changing things, or is it just because you're polite and don't want to mess up someone else's thing?
Oh no, it's just the, sometimes getting those attachments off those clips is so difficult. My hands don't want to work. It's just a tedious task. So again, this would be like a bent over dumbbell row. Anything bent over is going to tax my back more than I would like it to. So in trying to save my back, again, loose hand. That good squeeze in the lat. That's what we're looking for. Let that shoulder roll forward. Drive that up. Feeling that down here. Squeeze, contraction. One of my weakest points was my back. I worked on lean. And I had a decent back, but I wasn't wide. So we've been working on widening everything, and finally starting to come together a little bit. Lats are starting to widen out. Back starting to do a little bit. My first show that I did, I came out center square for the overall center square. From the front, I was amazing. And I, inexperienced, didn't know how to spread the back. I pinched everything off. So I got a show at this next competition that I took those notes and I went to the drawing board. I got the back bigger. I learned how to spread it properly, get that posing correct. I won't lose another show because the back wasn't there. All right, final set here. variation on those one arm rows. Let's get that long D handle all the way to the end of the bench. Let that elbow swing out. Don't keep it so tight. We come out a little bit and around. We're able to really engage that lower lat down in the back. Almost like an oblique squeeze at the end to finish it off. Oh, seated row next. So we'll roll those right here as well. Actually, we're gonna get a secret counter or a secret weapon from behind the counter. Perks are working here. So I got one?
I
couldn't
got
tell.
one. Get one from me.
Mag grip, man. So, with this grip, we're here fully. This one just gets those hands around a little bit more. Get a little tighter to the body. 12-10-8 on this one. Oh, lower back streamer. So, one of the things I like to do here, that lower back's tight. Get a good stretch. Side of the back of that bench. That kind of decompress everything. And go from there. That damn. The friction twisted up my armpit hairs.
Rated them.
Shaping up to be a pretty good back day. Good comp. The glove flap. Woo! Pump feels pretty good. Let's see how I fare with this. As far as this back day goes, we got some behind the back shrugs. I never knew that was Shockaway.
What's it?
Shockaway.
Oh, is that what that is?
do, so these pump covers are like, they're called drop shoulders. So they have that tight neck.
Ah, that's
So
nice.
it sits long.
And then thins out on them big biceps.
Yeah, it helps you, makes those shoulders look huge.
Right.
Chocolate. They're heavyweight.
Shameless plug.
So I can feel that. It's like
Wow, yeah.
heavy,
Yeah,
super
it is.
heavy cotton. You'd like this,
Yeah. Contraption. Ah, what? What? Right.
And that's, my chiropractor said that lower back pain,
Mhm.
a lot of that is that glute, not stretching. Like,
Go stretch your butt.
well, I went to see him and he said, how often do you stretch, Chuck? I said, supposed to stretch? He said, brother, you're a personal trainer. How many people do you tell to stretch? And I was like, all of them. But a lot of that sciatic pain, you don't realize it's lower back, but it's also that glute not getting stretched right.
Right.
Just trying to get this lower back to ease up a little bit. It's getting there. Little decompression stretch that I like to do. That must, girl. So this movement's a little, especially on the Smith machine, this movement's a little hard to really get in line with, but once you get it, it works well. I don't mind the slant bar on this because it helps kind of lean back with it. You can follow that path. You got to worry about getting it around the butt. Just kind of finds that proper path there. So, once we're done with this, we're going to move into a little bit of bicep tricep. So originally, my routine last year, arms were kind of an afterthought. And when I hired my coach, my arms were kind of the most developed on my body. So we only did minimal arms, kind of secondary, back and bicep, chest and tricep, but they were just kind of afterthoughts. We caught everything up to the arms. This routine, I do arms every day but leg day, and I have an arm day. So big emphasis on the arms. We wanted to keep them growing, which seems to be working pretty good. Woo. 2 more sets of 10 here. You can cut this out if you want. Isn't it crazy how much my nipples shrank, Randall? Is that nuts?
What out, bro?
You
know what's funny is I have to wonder what's gonna happen to my.
Well, you remember they used to be fucking Ronies, bro.
I know. That's what I literally, when I saw yours, I was like, what's gonna happen to mine then? They
They
become
used to be
little.
Ronies, bro.
So that's what happens. Turns out your nipples have muscle too.
I can't see my back. I hate that I can't see my back. It's the hardest part about the back.
Oh, I got you.
The trick there, like I said at the show, I didn't spread my back properly. So I reached forward and then I pulled back like this, right? Which closes everything versus opening the back. Without the proper mirrors and shit, you don't see your back. You feel your back, but you can't see it. And normally, even when I feel like I'm spreading my back, because when you force it, it doesn't spread. It's a relaxed, boom. We'll get there though, we'll get there. All right, final set here, another set of 10. Finish off back, and then we got a couple arm movements. Back day, done. These weights feel so much lighter when you're putting them on. It's like they get heavier. Twelve, 10, 8. How many sets you got, babe? 4? I tried to watch it last night.
What? You just openly admit they tried to watch this movie without me?
Yeah, we were watching the documentary Killer Sally. It was about what was her name? Sally
McNeil.
McNeil.
She married Ray McNeil. They're both bodybuilders.
So they were both bodybuilders. It was like, it's a happy story about a bodybuilder man who married a bodybuilder woman, and they were a happy bodybuilder family until she just shot him. Story of our life. Check it from the back. This is where it's finished. Cereal bowls, bro. Got that cereal. Like Nico's belly.
I have a cereal bowl too.
We got 2 over there, and then we're gonna come back over here. Rather than gripping and pushing with the arm, I'm using leverage. Reason being, any leverage, tension that hits that palm fires that tricep. So if I'm grabbing, just in the grabbing, my forearm activates, which we want some forearm work. I don't neglect it completely. But as far as isolating the tricep, I feel like this is a much better way for me to isolate my tricep. To have loose grip. Another thing I like about this machine, holding that core, is as I'm pushing, it's wanting to push me back. So as I'm holding that core tight to stay in position, not only am I isolating that tricep, I'm getting that extra core work. And it's still that overhead movement. Progressive overload, moving up with each set, rep count drops a little bit. Number 8. Right here next. This will be our last bicep movement. You notice I kind of work that same idea I'm not gripping. At times I may, but again, any tension in that palm is going to fire that bicep. So if I relax those hands and leverage, I'm not cheating the bicep at all with the forearm. I'm letting that bicep take the whole load rather than forearm, 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 bicep. Trying to give everything to that bicep. Ooh, that was a good one. Final set here. One more to go. One more exercise and we're done. It's probably one of my longest workout days. Is this back day.
This is long? I'm just kidding. I say as I couldn't probably lift half of the weight you just lifted.
I just decided to do all 48 on each leg. Pretty sure I broke something right here.
It's completely reshaped her butt, bro.
Well, I'm not gonna.
Let me zoom in.
Yeah.
I got it.
For Jim, we're in the
Right. That's right. That's right.
It's one of my favorite tricep exercises. Some cable kickbacks. Really get good engagement. And look back and see that tricep firing. That one there, really looking to feel it. Right here, that good contraction. Grip it here. So when I kick it back, get that extra curl with the wrist. want to do the tricep moves, but I can't. Arms behind my back to do it. All right. Last set here. 10 on each side. We are done. Final 10 reps of the day. One of the best feelings is completing a workout. Come in here, this long list of shit to do. So many reps, this and that. It's a mountain. You get to the top of the mountain. Final 10 reps. Finish that workout. That dopamine hits. There's no better feeling. That's how you stay under the fitfluence right there. You get in, you grind, you get it. Look at her. She's under the fitfluence.
It hurts. I can't stand up. It's not hip flexors. I have this insane feeling like I'm gonna shit in my pants. You can put that in the video. That's the reality of actually working out.
Yes. Sometimes standing here, I'm like, you look the same as you always have. But it's when I turn there and I see that side profile, how wide I've gotten there, that density. Oh man, feeling pretty good for being 4 months into a bulk. 232 pounds right now. November I was 194, about 5% body fat. So we're still holding pretty lean, 15, 14% body fat. I mean, still got some oblique showing. A little tubby though. I'm not a fan of it, but the abs are still slightly cut in. But you can't get bigger without getting bigger. One of the most valuable pieces of information another bodybuilder gave me as I was coming into this first cut and I started putting on weight, the abs started going away. I felt big and I just felt like I was working myself backwards. He said, you are doing this on purpose, with purpose. So, as a bodybuilder, you have to remember, it takes 10 plus years in the game to have that body that never goes away, even when you're bulking. To have that year-round stage physique, that shit you earn in 10 years. And I've only been bodybuilding 1 year. I've been in the gym for 6, but I've been passionately and aggressively bodybuilding for a year. So, to be in the shape that I'm in at the back end of a bulk, oh, let's go. I appreciate you guys staying under the fitfluence. It's Chuck. Thank you guys for joining me on this back and bicep and tricep day. I'm gonna have tons of more content coming at you guys. We got a good team put together. We're about to start unloading content on you guys. Check in for some more merch. We got that on the way. I appreciate you guys supporting. Let's get it.
Did you get me yawning in the background?
Of course.
Are you under the fitfluence?
You see this? Do you see this? Oh, put your arms all the way around. Bet you can't.
Better call me Sally.
Oh man. Involuntary muscle spasm. Look at the show. Look at the show.